Well, the first thing we've heard was about the plight of the Pakistani people last year. That's through the summer and into the autumn. Those devastating floods described by the UN Secretary General as climate carnage. That was really the focus. It's very easy in these high-level meetings to lose focus on the situation on the ground. 1,700 people lost their lives, including children. 8 million people displaced as well. Now, the response from the international community to that request. Now, Pakistan said they can probably cover about 8 billion of that 16 billion cleanup costs. They need another 8 billion. We've heard different figures about the pledges, but there have been pledges from across the world. But really, the main thrust of the discussion was about the plight of the Pakistani people, those painful months that we've saw all too closely in last year. There's also a broader conversation about where do we go from here? How does the international community deal with these issues in a more structural matter? The conversation around loss and damage, wealthier polluting countries compensating those countries disproportionately affected by climate change. That discussion has been central as well. The Secretary General of the UN saying if you want to see loss, if there was ever a question about loss and damage, go to Pakistan, you will see loss, you will see damage. So that is the kind of broader conversation that's going on here. When and how does the international community set up a more permanent, more long-term framework? Because unfortunately, this may not be the last event of its kind that we see, and the UN and the international community want to find a way to have a more permanent solution to that. But certainly, the pain, the suffering, the displacement, the lives lost in Pakistan last year, very central to the discussions today.
And do we have a sense of how much has been pledged so far? And how important is it for the Pakistani side that those pledges are met? We've seen conferences, summits like this in the past where pledges are made but not always kept. Well,
it's extremely important. We have different figures coming from different places. At the moment, some news agencies, the AP is reporting $9 billion have been pledged. Now, that would exceed what the Pakistani government was hoping. The UN Secretary General saying that if we reach that $8 billion target, we will be pleased. Good work has been done, but it is not a permanent fix. It's not a permanent solution. So certainly some very, very large pledges coming in. 360 million from the French, 100 million from China, an extra 100 million from the United States, who had previously pledged 100 million last summer. So that's 200 million for the United States, and the European Union also getting close to that $100 million figure. So really, pledges coming from around the world, a real sense of solidarity. But that term solidarity is an interesting one, because is it solidarity? Well, Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary General, saying this isn't solidarity, this is justice. This is justice against the unjust treatment, the unfairness of this climate crisis and the way it affected Pakistan. So these pledges are important, very important to the Pakistani government. They've organized a very, very large delegation coming here and trying to ask for this support. But the UN being very clear, this isn't just helping out, this is fair. What's fair is fair. This is justice for the people of Pakistan. But again, that funding has been pledged, but the rebuilding will only start and will take a very, very long time, especially for the economy. We know that hundreds of kilometers of railway tracks have been destroyed, roads have been destroyed. 40% of the crops for cotton in Pakistan have been destroyed, 15% of the crops for rice. So this is a huge blow to the economy. This is going to take months, if not years, but the UN today seems a good place to start.